Hello and welcome back to Justin Lowe Stocks with another trading recap video. So last night I traded RXII. So I'll show you the daily candles. As you can tell, there's a recurring theme with the dailies that it won't really have much volume for the last few months, and then there will just be a spike in volume, or sometimes even there's not much volume in the last few weeks, and then the day I trade it there's a big spike in volume that is incomparable to the previous month or a few months, possibly even years. So when we get massive volume, lots of buyers, increased demand, which pushes the price of the stock upwards, and then because you got so much volume, it tends to break past previous resistance points just because the amount of buyers that are coming into this stock. The normal resistance points can't hold it down. There's too many buyers. So yeah, that's the daily candle analysis, which is always very similar. Now here's the minute candle analysis to show you where exactly I entered these trades. So pre-market, it wasn't actually having too much action. It was gapping up on the day, but not too much. As you can see, there's not really any pre-market action. But yeah, it was on my pre-market scanners. That's how I initially found this stock, because as soon as the market opened, this RXII popped towards the top as one of the biggest gappers on the day, or biggest runners for the day, up by the most percent. And here you can see, this is where pre-market started. The stock actually opened on this big green candle. Now I was looking, because of all this volume that was coming in just before the market, when you look back at the dailies, really the past few days it's been trading around 400,000 shares in the whole day. Or here for this few minutes before pre-market, and then the first 5 minutes of actual market being opened, it had already traded probably 1 million shares. So it goes to show how much volume there was in the first 5 minutes of the day compared to how much volume there was in the previous few days, weeks or months back. So because it was having so much volume, I was looking for a gap and go strategy, which is the break of the pre-market high. Pre-market high is the top of this candle. You can see the wick there at 210. That's the top of the pre-market high. So the stock opened, it dropped down to this 180 area, and then this is all in the 1 minute, mind you. Then it started shooting back up, and I went past this 210 point. I got slippage when I tried to buy my shares. I tried to buy at 210, but the stocks moved that quick that I actually got filled at 216, and I wasn't too happy with that fill. And I wasn't sure how high the stock was going to go. Like, you can't really predict it, so I was happy to just take a very quick profit because of how volatile this was. Within 1 minute it went from $1.80 up to $2.25, which over that 1 minute candle it ranged 20%. So if it ranges 20% in 1 minute, that means the second minute of the market being open, I could either be up 40% or I could be down 20% or something, so I didn't want to take too much risk, and I was happy to just take that quick profit. And I was also willing to take that quick profit because it was just one big green candle. If it was several over a 5-10 minute period, it would look more sustainable and possibly hold those levels. But because it was just one big candle, like I always say, there's always going to be a pullback, which there was. So I sold my initial position there at 222, and I bought at 215, which is only a small 3% return. 3% is still better than any bank will give you. So then I was waiting for the pullback. Had a pullback here, so it came from 230 right back down to 206, and I ended up buying around this 210 area. I was expecting it to come back down to the pre-market high and then hopefully turn back around and rip up and test higher day. It dipped below the pre-market high to 206, and then it bounced back up. And I think I tried selling there, or maybe I had my my target was a little bit higher towards that 230 area, but I didn't end up selling. And then it had this big red candle, But the key to trading is you got to try to do what other people aren't doing. You try to do the opposite of the crowd. People would see this thing dropping and they'd start thinking, oh no, it's dropping, and they start selling. Well, I saw it dropping. Probably I should have sold at 210, but I was too slow because this was 1 minute and it was a very quick drop. But after I missed out on that, I thought, you know what, it's coming back down, testing this 13-day EMA. I'm gonna buy it because it's just been one big red candle. There's a good chance it's gonna have a bounce again. So I bought my initial 500 shares here at 210 on this first little pullback. Then after it bounced up and did this second big pullback, I bought at $1.94. Then I was being patient. As long as it was holding above this recent low, I was willing to hold it. If it broke that down, if it broke down below 192, I would have been having to sell, because you don't know how low it can drop. Could come back down to the 150s. But I was being patient as long as it was holding this support, which it was, and it came back above the pre-market high, and I was like, yep, I'm just happy to take my profits there. I went from a decent size, nothing too bad, but it was a decent red trade initially. But after I bought the further dip down here and added to my position, once it came back up here, that red trade turned into a fairly decent green trade, and I ended up taking my profits there, which is a good point, 211, because it only went up to 215 and then dropped back down to $1.90. So yeah, I took my profits there at 211. And then it dropped back down again real sharply, and then I was like, I think this is a dip buy opportunity. This held support just 5-10 minutes ago. I think it'll hold support again, and if it doesn't, I'll sell immediately with, you know, maybe lose 5 cents per share. Nothing major, and I'd still be green on the day. So I was buying here at this low at $1.94 again, expecting this $1.92 area to hold. If it didn't hold and it broke below $1.90, I would have been selling. Small loss. But it did hold like I thought it would, and it started coming back up. I wasn't sure how high it was going to go, and I saw this downtrend occurring, so I was happy to just take my profit as it was starting to come up towards this downtrend. And I took my profits at 203, which was another 5% return. So all in all, a lot of just scalp trades. There were no big runners with real clear charts. They were all a little bit messy today, and not too many stocks either that really flew to the moon. They were all pretty average gainers for the day. So I don't think I went too bad, considering that it wasn't that crowded, the market today. But yeah, so ended up with a nice bit over $100 profit for the day. That's my 8th green day in a row. I don't know how much longer we can keep this going, but I'm sure there will be a red day soon. But yeah, hopefully this momentum keeps going, and we'll carry it on. Hopefully we have another green day today, and I'll put out another video tomorrow afternoon for you guys. So follow my Instagram. That's JLOWE4. I do some live stories on there sometimes, showing my trades as I'm doing them. It's just easier platform to take quick videos, and yeah, hopefully you enjoy these videos. Again, like and subscribe if you enjoy them. Comment if you have anything you want me to talk about specifically when it comes to stocks, and I'll put a video out for that. And yeah, hope you have a good day tomorrow, and I'll talk to you guys later. See you later.